Hi, this is Jim Mann with Homestyle Southern Cooking. Thanks for having me back in. It's great to be with you again. I wanted to fix something a little bit different today, like I always do, try to bring you something different. I'm going to bring you something that I call rabbits down a hole, and you'll see why when we finish, okay? I'm going to start off, I got two big balls of sirloin beef at the store this morning, okay? So I put them in my bowl. To this, I got one onion, and I chopped up 1 cup full of onion. So I'm gonna put my onion in there. I'm gonna put pepper to taste. Most of the time I would tell you put 1/4 teaspoon, but you know I like pepper. And about a teaspoon of salt. Well, I'm just gonna do. But remember what I told you, I ought to use light, low sodium salt. So sometimes it looks like I'm using a lot of salt, but I'm not using that much salt. Okay, and then I'm going to sort of just stir this up a little bit with my onions and my hamburger. That's it. Just the onions, the hamburger meat, a little salt and pepper. Now previously, before I came to you, I took my cast iron skillet and I just took some butter and I just really lathered up my cast iron skillet really well with butter, okay? And I've got my oven set on 360 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this around like this. I'm going to bring my cast iron skillet back over here. Now's when the fun you actually get into it. I'm going to get into it, and I'm going to make, I'd say the size of baseballs. Okay, I get them all rolled up. And after I get them rolled up to the right size, I'm going to actually take them, sort of flatten them down a little bit in my hand. And then I've got some hunks of cheese that I've got. This happens to be mozzarella. You can use pepper jack, whatever your favorite you want to use. I'm gonna put that back in my hamburger bowl, and I'm gonna roll it all up to a nice hamburger bowl again. And I'm gonna put it right here in my cast iron skillet. Let me get another one. Roll this around, get it sort of around, then I'm gonna sort of flatten it down. We get another piece of cheese, put it in the middle. And I'm going to do this with all of these. There's 2. I usually get about 5 out of this. This is such a simple meal, but it's such a good meal. When you cut into it, you'll see when you have that cheese in the middle with the hamburger, it's just enough flavoring that makes it really tasty. I'm probably going to have a little bit of meat left over, which is fine, because I'll take that and make me a hamburger patty later. When I get hungry and get the munchies, I use a hot air fryer also, so maybe just put it in my hot air fryer. I don't know how many of y'all use hot air fryers, but they're fantastic. And I've got some great recipes, and I might try bringing you 1 or 2 of them. But I try to use things that I know that most people can use. Okay, this is the last one. I'll push it into my hamburger meat, roll it around, and put it right. Well, maybe I'm afraid I got to get the sauce in here. So let's put these just like that. Okay, let me get my hands washed up, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, now for the second part of our rabbits in the hole. I've got 1 cup of flour, all-purpose flour. I'm going to put that in here. I've got 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And I'm going to sort of stir those around a little bit together and get those mixed up. All right. To that, I'm going to add 3 eggs. That's got to be 1. And you'll see how simple this is to make. 2. I probably should use my bigger cast iron skillet, but because I have several. As you know, before I told you, I love cast iron and I cook with cast iron all the time. Okay, I've got my flour, the baking powder, the salt, and the eggs in here, and I've got 1 cup of sour cream. I'm going to put my 1 cup of sour cream in here also. Okay. And now we'll take this and we'll whisk these all together. Okay, I've got this pretty well mixed together. As you can see, it's pretty creamy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my hamburger meat back. I'm going to take this batter. I'm just going to pour it down in here. I just pour it wherever there's a empty space. And believe me, it will get to all the empty spaces by itself. Okay. Let me get all this out of here. Might a little bit more over here. Okay, and like I said, I had my oven set at 360, and I'm gonna cook this now for about 40 or 45 minutes, then I'll be right back to you. Okay, I just checked our rabbits in the hole, and it's been about 35, 36 minutes, and it looked like they're done, so I'm gonna take them out of the oven. Oh, and now you'll see why I call it rabbits in the hole, because it looks like little bunny rabbit's tails coming out of the ground. Now, I'm going to let that, oh, you caught me with my coffee, my big cup of coffee. Those who know me know that I have this in my hand all day long. So if you love coffee like I do, you always got a cup around. I'm going to let this cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to show you the next step, and we're going to actually cut it. So I'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes. Okay, our rabbits in the hole have cooled down a little bit, so what I'm going to do next is I got some chives, and I chopped them up, and I'm going to sprinkle some chives on top of this. So it looks like the rabbits are down in the earthen hole, and the grass is on top growing, so they're hiding. So this will be for tonight's dinner. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around this way, and I think that I will go after this little rabbit right here. So I'm just going to cut a piece right here, and then I'll cut a piece right here. And then I'll reach down in here and see if I can take this little rabbit out of here. I should have let it, maybe let it cool a little bit longer than I did. But I always get so excited. I want to bring you all these things. I want y'all to see them. And this skillet is so hot. Okay, well, that's part of the rabbit in the hole. So that's what it's going to look like for dinner. Okay, let's just cut this open and look at it. Look at there. They got beautiful cheese inside, and you got the crust on the outside. Wow, that would make a great dinner. I hope you'll try these, and if any of y'all have stubborn children at home that don't like to eat meals, sometimes if you trick them, like with the airplanes, or you tell them that there's a bunnies in the hole, you might get them to try the food. But this would be a quick dinner. You saw how quick it was and how simple it was, and so few ingredients. Thanks for having me back in your home, and for liking me on Facebook, and keep on subscribing to me to YouTube. You're my support system, and I really appreciate you. Until next time, know that I'm sending you all a big, big hug, and I hope that you'll try the bunnies in the hole. And this is Jim saying, take care of yourself, and God bless. This is a great time to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you'll never miss another recipe.